Rafah, southern border of the Gaza Strip. A swarm of young boys run after the unusual motorcade. In the lead, with a police escort, is the Caritas minibus. Also on board is the Patriarch of Jerusalem of the Latins, who is seeing the city on the Egyptian border for the first time. In his 5-day pastoral visit to the small local Christian community, he devotes a stop to meeting with some families in need and visiting some medical clinics supported by the Latin Church. Noah lives on the top floor of a run-down building, welcoming guests with her 4 daughters and her husband, who is visually impaired.
We had no bathroom or kitchen. With the money you gave us, I am trying to make them. Since I entered this house 10 years ago, Caritas Jerusalem is the first organization that supported us. I tried to go to social services, to other NGOs, but no one looked at us. My husband cannot work because he has vision problems. I'm also sick. I had a heart attack.
Several families assisted by Caritas are in debt and the father is facing jail time. It also happened to Itaman, who lives in a shack on the outskirts of Rafah. He struggles to work due to the consequences of injuries he suffered as a young boy during a bombing. I was very impressed to see the extreme poverty together with so much serenity. Those people didn't curse anyone. That hurt me even more in the sense that these people don't deserve such a life. It's not right.
We choose the areas to implement different projects in areas where they are very poor, and they have lack of sources and lack of access to the services. As Rafah, it has only one small hospital. Some places in Rafah, they have no clean water. So they have to go for some kilometers to provide themselves with clean water. Rafah is a very vulnerable area where we always have to go and interfere.
I think this is incumbent on us. We also think about what Mother Teresa's sisters do, where all the children are Muslims with severe disabilities. This is kind of part of our nature. It's our way of being church in this context. The more than 70 guests of the Sisters of Charity home are among the first to welcome the Patriarch to the compound of Gaza's Latin parish. The appointment for all the faithful is on the day dedicated to the Feast of Families. The celebration of Mass is followed by games for children and adults. In the afternoon, the long-awaited blessing of the new soccer field, one of the boys' favorite recreational activities in the summer, along with Sundays at the beach with the entire community.
Parrocchia prende in affitto una spiaggia.
The owners make it all available to us with someone to protect us, so the whole Christian community can participate. Even women and girls can go down to the beach wearing a t-shirt. We have reached 400 Christians on the beach. We try to make sure it's the whole family. What we have learnt from this last war is that adults are also in need. There has been a lot of talk about the trauma of war, and we want to heal everyone, not just the children.
Dei traumi dopo la guerra e quindi vogliamo pure guarire tutti, non soltanto I bambini.
Christian families have all lived in Gaza City for years. The exception is only Jirias and Soha, the only one left in Han Yunis. Home visits have become sparse, so much so that names and dates of guests are marked. The last on the list is the Patriarch. My brothers and sisters got married and I was the only one left here. I opened a store which everyone knew. People trusted me more because they knew I was a Christian. After all these years, it would have been difficult for me to leave the city and open a business somewhere else.
Before 2009, there were 4 of us. My uncle died, then my husband's parents died. When my mother-in-law died, I felt a big void. I realized that I was no longer in a Christian environment. Outings decreased a lot because my mother-in-law used to come with me. I studied to become a teacher and now I work in Gaza. It was more difficult for Jirias to move to Gaza. His work was more important. That's why we stayed and lived in Khan Yunis.
لأنه شغله الأهم يعني فأنا تنازلت إني أسكن غزة على أساس إنه أضلني معاه في خانونس يعني.
I met a more serene community, quieter than in the past, also because for the past year, thank God, we have not had any major incidents of violence, so it has been a quiet year all in all. This year we were able to get a lot of permits, so the vast majority of families were finally able to go out and meet the other part of their family that was outside of Gaza, and that gave some breathing space, some confidence and some serenity. A sign of hope, the Patriarch added at the closing Mass, is the fact that every time I come there is a child to be baptized. The newest addition to the Gaza community is named Sana. She is smiling in her beautiful white robe in the arms of her godfather and godmother.